Hey, hey, real mama.
Hey.
Girl, I completely done forgot that. I forgot to send y'all a link. No wonder y'all ain't backstage.
Yeah, I was just sitting in the
Sorry.
chat waiting. I said, well, let me sit in the chat wait. Maybe she'll drop the link. So,
I'm sorry. Hey, Maria, baby. How you doing? Thank you for coming. I just sent it to Andrea. I guess she'll pop in a minute. Hey, Bugle Mama. She'll pop That's my fault, y'all. I kind of waited for y'all to come in the back, and I kept saying to myself, "Why they ain't backstage? They normally be backstage. What's going on? What's going on?" And I realized I be John Brown. I ain't sent them the link. How they gonna be back here?
honest mistake, honest mistake.
Oh, real mamas, I was trying to cook dinner for a change because my youngest, he real picky. I mean, he went through stages, but he went through stages as a child. He wouldn't eat meat. Hey, just live, laugh. He wouldn't eat meat. Then he stopped eating cheese, and then um, now that he's 29, child, he don't. Whatever I cook, he might not eat.
Oh,
So I don't too much cook during the day, but I let him buy what he like to eat and then I cook it. So I was in there trying to prepare him some dinner, child. But
well, where I was raised, even now, you know, if mama cooks something, you don't eat it, you just gonna be hungry, honey.
yeah, they was raised the same way, you know. Some of his hey Brian Lynn, hey baby. Look, Brian Lynn, your favorite girl up here, Brian Lynn.
Oh, Lord.
Hey,
Hey,
Brian Lee.
Brian.
Yeah, he a law support. I love me some Brian Lee. But yeah, it was raised the same way. He ain't get no special treatment. But I think him and his dad, his dad spoiled him a lot. I didn't. I didn't spoil my boy.
You ain't spoiled, not even a little bit. Not
No,
even just a little bit.
no, no.
Oh,
Mm-mm. Because I didn't want them to be mama's boys. Like, and my oldest sister, they she just knew that that's what they was gonna be, and they didn't turn out to be that. You know, they they hooked to me for a certain extent, but like my oldest son, he dated my daughter-in-law for 7 years.
that's a long time.
Yeah, that's the same thing we said, and I would tell a girl, if he ain't gonna put no ring on your finger, girl, move on. That's my son. I love him dearly. He a nice young man, but if he don't respect you enough after being with you for that long, I think
Yeah.
you should move on or, you know, open your
I, mm-mm.
choices.
I'm not waiting 7 years. No, no.
Yeah, well, she loved him enough and she waited 7 years. They got engaged, they 8th year. Um, they got married they ninth year. hmm They ninth year. And I love me some Brit Brit. I love her. She's sweet as pie. I don't know. I tell my son, all the time, because when he upset about something. But long as I've known her, I never seen her upset. She had this sweet. Um, her voice is so soft. You know, um,
Hmm.
and she just finished her nursing school. She only been in on a nursing for like 4 years. I mean, 4 or 5 months now. Here, Andrea. Um, and hey, Andrea. Oh, she got a mic mute, but she loved him, and I can't take that away from him, right from her. I just teach him how to be more aware of her feelings and how to, talk to her a little bit
Well,
more.
that's good. You the type of mother-in-law, because a lot of women, when it comes to their sons, they
hmm
tend to not realize that once he takes a wife, she becomes priority,
hmm
and they tend to kind of infiltrate the relationship anyway, regardless of the fact that now he has a woman and a family to provide for. they
Mhm.
seem to think that they still are basically number one, ace,
Mhm.
whatever have you. So I'm glad you
Mhm.
the type of mother-in-law that gave advice and support, and didn't interfere in your children's marriages like that. You know.
Oh no, he the only one that's married. You know, my
Okay.
grandparents.
How y'all
Hey, Andrea. Girl,
how
I'm
y'all
sorry. I forgot to send y'all a link. I was wondering why y'all went backstage. And child, I remember, oh hell, I ain't sent them the link. What the hell?
doing?
What the hell? That was my fault. But no, I don't get in their relationships. I don't do that because my grandfather and my father, they didn't do that to me. You know, they
Right.
let me know that they love me, and the decision that I made, that was my decision. And you brought us around him for us to get to know him, and we got to love him. So, you could sit here, because I used to run home all the time. And my grandfather used to always tell me dogs and cats fall out. And when you see them again, they best friends. So my
Hmm.
thing to you is that we didn't know anything about your husband Larry, and we grown to know him. Now the issues y'all having, y'all gonna have to learn to work that out, and you gonna have to learn to work and be patient and understanding and work things out. And
Hmm.
so they would send me back home.
Yeah, and also, and they were doing you a big service by doing that, because you don't want everybody in your business, not even your family members, anyway. Because couples fight all the time, and
Yeah,
we can go back and tell our mama, our daddies, our best friends, and everything. Well, he did this to me, he did that to me, and then next week made up with them, y'all back together, and
and then the
everybody side
family.
eye look. You can look at you upside
Yeah,
your head like, what are you?
yeah,
What happened?
yeah.
So that's why I learned early on not to bring people into your, try to work it out yourselves, not to bring other people's
Hmm.
into your relationship,
Hmm.
because once you take that information to them, and then all of a sudden their perception of that person changes, it's
Yes,
going to be hard for you to undo that,
yes, yes.
especially if you
And
keep on
so,
taking them back and taking them back,
yeah, yeah. And so my grandparents, my grandmother had passed on, but my grandfather was still living, and my dad, and um, I was like the first to get married out of my daddy's children, out of the girls, because it's three girls and three boys, and
Mhm.
so I was the only one out of the girls that had a wedding and everything. Matter of fact, my grandmother was planning the wedding with me, and she took ill and passed away during that time. So, that's the value they instilled in me. And so I don't do that with my boys. I don't get in a relationship. Like, I just tell my oldest son that he have to be more patient. He have to
Mhm.
understand her feelings, because she's a person, she's a woman, and she have emotions. And you just can't get upset if you disagree with her, or if she run up on the curb and mess her rim up on the car. Like, you can't blow up about that. You have to learn to talk to her and be respectful. And
Mhm.
that's why I say, I I told him, I said, look, and soft, her voice is so soft and calm that I never heard her get upset. So I asked him one day, um, have you ever heard her get upset? Like, do Brit get upset? Like, do she get angry about anything? And he say, hell yeah, mama. She be right here cussing me out. I say, oh, she do? What she be saying, child? It was hilarious to me because she had this soft tone. Hey, Tree Man. She had this soft tone voice that I never heard her raise her voice to my son. I never, like when I bought him that barbecue pit when I was home, and he was talking about pulling it through the house, and they just
Mm.
had moved in that house. I said, "Oh shit, no!" I'm been it and I ain't in it. You pull that fit through this house, and when Brittany ain't here, and you think I'm gonna sit up here? Oh no, I don't know nothing, child. I don't
Oh,
know. I ain't see nothing now. So I don't get in they relationships. I don't get in who they date. I don't do all that. I think that I teach him how to know his wife as a woman. And he
Right.
really loves her. It's just that I don't think he understands how women operate. So I try to tell him that. I try to tell him to be more understanding of her. And now that but he paid for her to go back to school. They work good together though. Y'all, I mean, they do, and with him having kidney failure, she hung right in there with him. And she loved him to death, and he loved her to death. But I think he just need to be a little bit more soft toward her
Yeah.
when she run up on the curb and be in the rim on the car, or she yeah,
my
yeah,
ex-husband
that
get so mad,
DOD.
bro. I used to do that shit all the time. My ex-husband just get so mad at me. I was,
Yeah,
I was like, stop buying deadly cars. He said, Drea, really?
yeah, or she forget to tell him the hit a link DOD. She forget to tell him that the gas light on for the oil to be changed, and he get in her car, and the
Hey,
oil,
DOD.
and the oil light on, that type of stuff. And I tell him, look here, women don't worry about that type of stuff. She got a lot on her mind. She worked full time and went to school full time. And I told him, hey, you're gonna have to learn to do a little bit more than what you doing and respect her a little bit more, because she going to school for y'all. She ain't doing that for her. She doing that to betterment of y'all situation.
Yep.
So have patience with her. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay if you cook. Your daddy cooked 28 years for me. So it's okay, hey baby, it's okay if you throw on a meal every now and then.
Yeah.
Okay. Wash the clothes. So, he getting it. You understand? So, like I say, I don't get no, I sit back, and look, I don't get in that. That's not me. Hey, DOD.
Hello, ladies. How y'all doing today?
Fine. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good. Thank you.
All right, Remo.
You remember these ladies from the last live, DOD? You gonna have to turn your mic.
Can you can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Yeah, I hear you now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember them. I remember the ladies. Yeah. So what are we talking about today? Hello?
Hello, Purple.
Can you hear me?
We can
Hold on.
hear
Let me,
you.
let me, let me drop off and come back up.
Okay.
What y'all want to hit on? It don't matter to me. We go down the line.
Okay.
You had went out. He was asking if
Let's
if
talk
we
about
can
the
hear.
woman. Let's talk about the one woman who was a scammer. Okay. Let's talk about the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
All righty. Let's talk about that one. The mother. Where DOD went?
he said he gonna come right back. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The mama. She ain't the mama. She was the aunt.
The scammer. That was the scammer, honey. That was the scammer. Okay.
Okay. Is this okay? Is this the lady that raised all that money?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I knew something was funny about that.
Yes.
Oh yes. It said she raised more than $170,000 because she was facing eviction. And come to find out,
Those were her nieces.
Her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend children.
Her boyfriend's children.
So those were her boyfriend's children.
Yeah, and the baby mama is pregnant, and the boyfriend, the mother of the
Wait
children.
a minute, the baby mama is pregnant.
Yes,
by her boyfriend.
I don't know, but honey, she's pregnant. They said the kid's mother is pregnant. Okay, so Cash App shut that shit down real quick.
I'm glad they did.
Okay, so she never got to collect. 'Cause I only saw a little bit of the story. She
Mhm.
never got to collect. I saw it when it first came out, and when they did a news broadcast on it, and she
Mhm.
was walking through the apartment saying she had to sell the kids' beds, saying
Mhm.
that she had to donate blood
Mhm.
in order
Mhm.
to pay for food, saying that
Mhm.
she
Mhm.
sold all electronics and stuff for what belonged to them, that
Mhm.
Mhm.
they were sleeping with pads on the floor,
Yeah.
and she was just walking through the apartment saying. I mean, I think she says, I forgot what else she said, but I know a lot of people felt sorry for her, and especially a lot of single mothers, people struggling. A lot of people like that donated to this lady because they knew. I'm just disgusted. Be real with you. I'm just disgusted by the whole thing
Can
because
your
when
ladies hear me
somebody else
now?
that needs the help, oh yes, we can.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go
Um,
ahead. Go ahead.
if somebody else that's genuine, who really needs their help, steps forward and asks for it, they won't get it now because people are going to second guess it. They're
Mhm.
going to automatically think it's a scam, and that
Yes.
person might genuinely need that help and that money. So I'm at a loss.
Well, you know what, real moms, I actually did a whole video on that sister.
Mhm.
I
You
felt
sure
bad for her
did.
too. I felt bad for her too, and the reason why is because a lot of the brothers here on YouTube, these Black Mansfield brothers, well, was talking crap about her having
Mhm.
what they thought was the interracial children.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And so I did a whole video defending the sister to find out that I had to retract that and do another video
Wow.
saying that it wasn't true.
Yeah, you just did that live the other day.
Yep,
You sure
yep.
did. Cause
And
I was sitting in the live.
the sad part about it is they not even her kids.
Mm-mm.
Boyfriend kids.
Mm-mm-mm.
Right, and one of her friends, this lady, I forget what her name is, but one of the lady's friends of the mother of the children,
Mhm.
she text well not text me, but left the comments in my comment section, and
Wow.
so I told her, have the real mother get in contact with me, and I'll do an interview
Mhm.
with her,
Hmm.
but I haven't heard back yet.
So you don't think it was something where they all came up with that together and they were going to split the money type deal, or you just think this she came up with this on her own
I
and
think,
used like an opportunity that she had because she had the kids and her place was already looking like that before. So you know,
yeah, I think she did it all on her own because the other people, called her out on it. If they
Mhm.
were all in on it, nobody would have said anything, and they could have split the money. That's the way I look at it anyway.
wonder
Why?
how they found out. Well, it was on TV. It was on what?
It was on CNN. Okay.
Right.
The damn
Yeah.
food. CNN did.
So
I
she
first
should
saw
have
it
knew
on
it was going
CNN.
to blow up.
I first started on CNN.
Yeah, me too.
And so
Bad move. She probably didn't. I mean, I don't see something. Something in the buttermilk ain't clean.
Yeah,
mhm.
it ain't.
So it's something going on there more than probably what we know.
Mhm.
Because if she was featured on CNN, how long did it take for these parents, the parents of the children, anybody else who had information to step forward
well
once
they
they saw this basically going viral?
well
But
they
see, you know what? I also try to give her the benefit of the doubt, saying that because those are her boyfriend's children, that she can say that those are her children.
And if
You
they
see
were
what I'm
living in the
saying?
same household,
Right, right.
yeah, and because if you have stepkids or kids, a significant other has children. Of course, where I do it, I treat them as my own. You
Right.
Exactly.
know, so
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would understand if she was trying to get money or she was helping to raise them from that aspect, or if they all live with her and her boyfriend. But if that's not the case,
Right.
then yeah,
Then
she
that's
got a lot of
fraudulent.
explaining to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
very
fraudulent.
fraudulent.
Mhm.
And once
That
it hits
whole town
CNN,
looks
I don't know how.
good.
Yeah. People start calling in. People start calling in once it hit CNN and went viral. That's what happened.
Mm,
Oh no, them are our kids. Them are our kids.
Mhm.
whew.
She better hope she don't go to jail for
Thank,
fraud. That's
thank
what you
you.
better hope.
Yeah, it's
Well, she had
possible.
collected the money. She
Yeah,
probably
and
would
she
have.
collected a large amount because she collected like 22,000, wasn't it? How much money she collected on GoFundMe? It was a large amount.
Wait a minute. It was a GoFundMe. Was this a GoFundMe or was this with a Cash App?
It was
Or was it
GoFundMe.
both?
It was GoFundMe, because Cash App don't take that type of amount of money, at one time. So
Mm.
it
And
was
didn't
a
she say? Yeah,
GoFundMe.
didn't she say she bought a new car?
What?
That's what I heard. She said.
Yeah.
Oh well, she accepted money. That's a done deal. She
She
looking at
started
Fed
spending.
time.
Because she said
Yes,
something
she
in the
started
interview.
spending
Says
some of the money.
yeah, she said she had bought a new car to get back and forth to work.
What?
That's what
Okay.
she said. So
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. Now that was sad. Now, yeah, after this show, y'all might want to talk about it on that bullshit tonight.
yeah,
Yeah, y'all know that's totally some BS,
That
though.
is that bullshit. That is definitely that bullshit. Okay.
Definitely,
Brian
definitely.
Lynn.
Woo.
but
Lynn,
see, you
you
know
need to
what
pay
too?
yourself in that chat.
But see, you know what too? This is what these Black Manosphere brothers be talking about. So
Mhm.
she
Mhm.
just gave them the perfect opportunity to have
Yeah,
something to say. Yeah,
Yeah,
she just basically helped reinforce a stereotype that many of us as Black women are fighting as
yes,
we
Mhm.
speak.
as we
exactly.
speak.
So just ridiculous.
It's,
Yeah,
wow.
it's crazy. That's
Mm.
And
sad
and
that you
because
have.
and because it's one person, one woman, it's the collective that's going to get blamed for it. Just like
Yes.
with
Right.
black men, just like with black men.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When one
It's
black man does something, we all catch hell for it. So
And then when
you
somebody
ain't
really
lying about
needs
that.
help, if somebody really needs help, see, people not gonna help them.
Nuh-uh.
And we in
It's just a trick or a scam.
yeah,
right,
and
right.
we in a time where you know everything is scarce. So why
Yeah.
would you pull that stunt? Why would you go on people's sympathy and empathy and use them like that?
Mm-hmm.
And
But see, I'm gonna
then
tell you
when
what too.
people
I'm
don't
sorry.
cross
Okay, go ahead.
support, then everybody angry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see what it is. I think she didn't expect it to blow up like it did because she only wanted to get to 2,000. That's what she had on her GoFundMe. But when it blew up to over 200,000, of course it's gonna go viral.
Mm-hmm.
CNN picked it up, and so I mean, hey, but she was only asking for 2,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what the GoFundMe said.
Mm-hmm.
Her goal was for 2,000.
Okay.
Lord.
Well, that's another
Really?
example of somebody else that did something uh
Mhm.
and it got away from them. It became bigger than what they initially wanted. So
Right.
Now, Pre-Lynn say, I'm gonna go record the storm since I'm homeless and don't got shit to do. Oh wow. Are you really homeless or are you making that as a joke, Tree?
Okay.
mm-mm.
Okay.
Are you making a remark toward the story we're talking about? Because I really hope you're not homeless,
Yes.
Tree. Maybe I'm not understanding what you're saying, sweetie. But I hope and pray that you're not, you know. But it does keep people from not wanting to help in this day and time because people are running scams like this here,
Mm-hmm.
and that's sad.
Yes, it is. Ain't nobody gonna help somebody now. Now we got people asking for. She asking for 2,000, but yet still you got the kids up here. I mean, everybody feels sorry for the kids and about
Mm-hmm.
kids.
Right. Right.
'Cause I don't
Yeah.
think. Do you remember? I don't know if anybody remembers the story about the postal worker who had to live. Got evicted out of her house during the start of COVID and everything else
Yes, I did.
because she fell behind on her rent and everything else. She had what 4 or 5 kids and was living in a shelter and still going to work every single day.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's somebody, and she barely got any help.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it just makes me upset because I know for a fact that this lady could have used every bit of that and it would have made a whole difference in her life. That would have been a down payment on a house. That would have been transportation for her and her kids, need new furniture, all those type of things. And she was a
Right.
responsible mother,
Yep.
a responsible
Every day
mother
at
who
the
just
post
fell
office.
down on her luck.
Every day she
Mm-hmm.
went to the post office. Every day.
And nobody knew what she was going through.
Nope.
Nobody.
Nobody.
So stories like this just angers me and it just I'm just wondering where people's common sense are when they cook up these little scams to get this money. And all money is not good money.
Yep.
And now she's gonna be looking at jail time because guaranteed everybody who donated is gonna want their money back.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Right.
they'll get their money back because it's through what you call it
Uh, uh, PayPal,
no,
that
not PayPal,
um,
but
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe, right? It's through them, so they'll get their money back.
Mhm.
It's all all have records for that, so they'll get the money back. But like you said, it's the fact that this lady apparently pulled a scam, and nobody else is gonna want to, is gonna want to donate to anybody else. This lady that was in the shelter with the children, I mean, she's the one who would deserve
Yes.
it. But like you said, nobody knows about her story.
Mm-hmm. Until it was
Mm.
almost over. Nobody knew about her story till it was almost over. I seen it on
Mm,
Inside Edition. I seen it on Inside Edition. Her story was
yeah.
still almost over when we heard about her story.
Yep.
Yeah, that's sad.
Mhm.
And I was over there on D.O.D channel. I had just read about it, but then he went live about it and really talked to the family. So I was like, oh my God. So is this really true? Because she up there in Las Vegas.
Right.
She in Las
And that's
Vegas.
why I did the story, because she was out here. I read that she
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
out here.
Uh-huh. I was like, that's sad. That's wrong for them to talk about it like that. And the first thing people think of, that's why she put the children up there. It's the children, because no
That was the
one's want to
promise.
see children
Yeah. Yeah.
hungry and outside.
Right. Right.
Mm.
And you know what, too? After I had did that live stream, like maybe an hour later, if it was that long, I was getting comments in my comments section saying that it was fake, but it was coming from those other people. And so because it was coming from those other people, white people, I didn't. I just deleted it. But I said
Right.
to myself, I better go check this out just in case. So I went and looked, and I went on Twitter, and sure enough, they were all everybody were all on Twitter, talking about it was a scam.
Oh, I know they were roasting her on Twitter.
Yeah, so I
Twitter,
did more and
Black
more
Twitter
research.
especially, don't have any mercy.
Yeah, I did more and more research on it, and it appears that, well, we know it's not her children biologically, but so
Mhm. Yeah, that's just wrong.
yeah,
Okay, let's go
so
on to the next one. The family sues Chicago. Now I know everybody's seen this one, 'cause I caught this one on the news of the Chicago police breaking down a family's home, breaking into the home wrongfully. You know,
Right. They raided someone's. It's another case of them basically raiding someone's home and it's the wrong person.
it's
Mhm.
the wrong person.
They should be sued. Shoot,
Where
stop.
have we heard this before?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Right, Taylor.
and
Hmm.
they pulled guns on the children, the family, and they look the family. When I looked at the video, because it was another CNN.
Hmm.
Thank you, Andrea.
You
Andrea
welcome.
Lynch keep us aware, baby. Um, when I viewed the video, they had pulled their guns on the baby. It looked like the family was woken up out their sleep. So can y'all just imagine how
Mhm.
devastating that is for the police to knock down your door,
Mhm.
have their guns drawn, and wake you up out your sleep? Child, I can only imagine the fear those people had, and then the anger afterwards, and
Mhm.
then the police stand up there acting like they couldn't even apologize to the family
Mhm.
that they entered them people's house wrongfully.
Yeah, I seen the cops say, "Well, we'll fix this," but I'm like, what was that? No, I'm sitting.
Yeah, and they were all
We'll fix
Caucasian
it.
as
How are
usual.
you gonna fix it? The damage has already been done. My children have
Mhm,
already been traumatized.
Mhm.
mhm, mhm.
My privacy and my home have been
Has been
violated.
invaded.
How you
Yeah.
gonna fix that?
Yeah.
Mhm. How you gonna fix that? Now that all of them gonna need counseling, if you ask me.
Me too. You asked me too. Because then you been woken up by guns and cops running in my house. Yeah.
So can you imagine the fear that they gonna suffer? Y'all, I don't know if any of y'all been hit from behind, but I've been hit from behind.
Hmm.
And it took me forever and a day to get comfortable enough when I stopped at a stop sign or a light. I didn't scream from fear of being hit from behind. So to be waking up out of your sleep of guns and that booming and that noise alone, you all, can y'all just imagine the fear and the anxiety that them people gonna have from that?
Yeah.
I can
If
imagine.
you ain't never been hit from behind, then you know it's hard for you. Hey Tim, it's hard for
I
you to
have.
understand.
I have.
But I've been hit from behind, and baby, my anxiety was real high. I was nervous, you know, because I was fearful. That's all I
Constantly
was.
checking that rear view mirror, looking
Yeah,
over your
my
shoulder.
eyes stayed in the rear view mirror.
Yeah, I was hit in the front, so it took me a long time.
Oh,
Like teenager,
wow.
it took me a long time. I used to sit in the back. My mom said, "Sit in front with me." I said, "I'm scared." Until one day she made me sit in the front with her. She said, "I don't care what you say. You sit in the front with me."
Yeah, so you can imagine the fear even after they move,
Yeah,
you know, into another place because I don't believe them people can sleep after that. Like really sleep up in that wherever they were apartment after that occurred. So can you imagine them?
Did this happen recently?
Yeah, this was recently
in Chicago.
in Chicago.
Yep. The
Yeah,
police
that's crazy.
they didn't think they can do anything, come to people's houses and not have no consequence. No, oh no.
Yeah, and they stood up there acting like that it wasn't no big deal. But that's a big deal. Like them people gonna have to move because they feel like that their privacy been invaded. Then the fear. So the fear alone, they're not gonna be comfortable even after they move. I don't think that they'll be comfortable even in a new place because of the shock of being waking up out your sleep and then being guns drawn to your face.
And I don't
And then
think they even like some of the cases I've heard where they've mistakenly raided someone's home or entered someone's home without permission. When they bust down doors and break whatever they break in the in the midst of like a struggle, I've never heard of them coming and saying, "Hey, this is our fault. We're gonna have this fixed. We're gonna offer." They might as well just go ahead and straight out offer them some type of settlement because of because you can't prove, or they're gonna do like they did with Breonna Taylor and say, "Hey, the person that we were after, that was their last known address, so we just went ahead and raided."
So that's that bullshit now. Oh, come on, Linda. Come on, real mamas. That's that bullshit.
I'm just saying what they're gonna say.
Okay, you said it right. You're gonna bust in my house, make me and my kids traumatized. Then we are suing your ass and how long we can get out of the city, okay? Because we need a mansion now. Because you don't have my kids traumatized and everything. It's ridiculous.
We need a mansion that's gonna be untraumatized. A mansion with gates around and security.
Thank you.
Hey, but you know what too though? What really pisses me off about it is that it's not only did they have the wrong house, but they're gonna pull guns on children.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? That's what really pisses me off about these cops, man. And they like you said, the BS.
Yes.
That they pull off.
And we just did not too long ago did the story about the California couple that had guns, had their house raided, guns drawn over a well child,
a baby well checked, baby well checked.
So
right.
Yeah, it's
I remember that
ridiculous.
story too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the one where they pulled over the woman in the van because thought it was a stolen car and they had the children laying all on the pavement at the store.
Yes.
The gun drawn on them too. Yeah. Handcuffed.
I mean, what is y'all doing? I mean, you want to wonder why black people scared of police. Look at y'all doing to us when we ain't done nothing wrong. We just American citizens in our own house.
You know, that's sad.
They should have
Again,
a lawyer and get whatever they get out the city. Okay, give me a mansion so I can have security and gate before you come back to my house again.
mhm.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, so they should, they should award the family something um for the wrongful invasion.
So they're
Mhm.
Like
not gonna give it up easy. They're gonna make them fight for it, just like.
everything else, which is sad. That's
Mhm.
a sad thing.
Yeah.
But their video went viral. Didn't that video go viral?
So did you know I love some CNN? That's I can get that my
That
news.
video went viral.
Yeah, I just looked for it. I tried to look it up. I couldn't find it.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
was from like
Yeah, let me see if
2019.
I can find because I sent it to my email. Let me see if I can share it with us so we can see it. And so we could view it. I think I did it correctly. Y'all bear with me. CNN mother. No, I want to see that one.
It might be
eh,
ABC, not CNN. It could be ABC, not CNN.
what you say, Andrea?
It could be ABC and not CNN. Come on, I'm gonna
Okay,
look at my
ABC.
Instagram myself.
Okay, let me see. No, I sent it to myself,
But you know what,
but
too, ladies, too. These no-knock warrants, they're very dangerous anyway, because you can just be walking around in your
Very.
home, they kick the door in, and you turn around to see the door. They'll say, you try to shoot, pointed a gun at them or something, boom,
Yeah,
you're dead.
it's
Mm-hmm.
You know.
it's ABC. Purple. It's ABC, not CNN. ABC News.
oh, okay. I'm gonna
A
email
no-knock
it
warrant
to
is
myself
it's
real
basically
quick.
a way of justification without any type of clarification.
They
Exactly.
said
So
they said you want an element of surprise, but no,
mm,
not one.
Okay, I'm gonna share it to myself real quick.
They don't want you. They don't want you to. They don't want you to escape. So they had a no not warrant. So they said an element of surprise for the police.
Right, but the danger in that you can be just moving around when they kick the door in, and they'll say that you was reaching for a gun, or
Yes.
because they can that's just come through blasting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what
Yeah.
they normally
Mhm.
do.
That's what
Yeah,
happened to Breonna Taylor.
exactly. Yeah.
I
but
mean,
if you ask them, it's not a part of their training. They don't train their people to act in such a way. It's protocols that have to be followed. That's the excuse they always give.
yep.
But how is it that every single time we turn around, they trigger happy?
Yep.
They shoot first and ask questions later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wasn't there a young 7-year-old that was shot in the head in Chicago or Detroit or
I think that was
somewhere,
in Detroit. That was in Detroit.
and they did the same thing?
It was
Yeah.
the same damn thing.
Yep.
Okay, y'all. I think I got it. Let me share screen. Where I'm at. Am I in family Chicago? Here we go. Let me share this. Okay. Um, streaming. Can y'all see it? Can
Uh,
it, can everybody see it?
Yeah, I
I
see
can
it.
see
yeah,
it.
I can see it.
Okay, I'm gonna push play. Um,
broke down their door, directing firearms at two small children. They're now suing the department. We do want to warn you that some of this footage is difficult to watch. Let's bring in our Alex Perez in Chicago.
can y'all hear it?
Yes, yes.
Hey, good morning, TJ. 2 years later, the family says that they are still traumatized and they believe the police department should be held responsible for their mistake. This morning, a family in Chicago is suing the city over this mistaken police raid. The terrifying moments back in 2019 caught on officers' body cam video released by the family attorney. The police burst into the apartment of Steve Winters and Regina Evans, guns drawn. According to the lawsuit, police told the family they were responding to calls about suspects nearby who were possibly armed and fled into their building. But those suspects were not in the apartment.
We just started hearing loud bangs. And then my husband got up and went to the door and was like, trying to what's going on? Who is it? He never understood who was at the door, and our door got kicked in by the police. And then they threw my husband to the ground, put a gun in the back of his head.
Officers can be seen searching room by room and pointing their guns in the direction of Evan's father, who's in bed, and in the direction of the family's 2 young daughters, 5 and 9 years old, who, according to the lawsuit, were sleeping. Frustrated and horrified, Evans calling 911 as the cops went through her home. The family says they're all still traumatized.
Rishyla is still having nightmares, still can't sleep. She's screaming in her sleep.
In the videos, you can hear officers at one point apologize and offer to repair the damage.
I just want to see what's damaged so I could document it.
Chicago police, in a statement before the lawsuit was filed, saying the department is committed to treating all individuals with dignity and respect. This incident occurred 3 months prior to the implementation of the department's firearm pointing incidents directive. And because of the pending lawsuit, the Chicago Police Department declined to further comment on this story. A recent Inspector General story found that the report found that the number of police raids here in the city is actually down the last few years. TJ?
Alex, thank you so much for this, guys. Those kids. Yeah, those kids. Hi, everyone. George.
That's that bullshit. Okay, that's bullshit. I don't give a damn what they say. Gonna fix the damn door. No,
What is the firearms? What was it? Firearms? Some type of directive that they imposed? Was this directive supposed to stop them from pointing guns at people's heads? I'm not understanding.
I guess before the lawsuit, that's their new policy. But you got the daddy in there, you point a gun at him, he in the bed. So what he gonna do?
But my thing is, why was the brother sitting on the couch letting the woman do all the talking? He's supposed to speak up for his family. I kill me when I see brothers doing that.
But I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about that one. But okay.
No, go ahead, Andrea.
I'll be asking the same question. Why she over here talking and he supposed to be the man of the house?
He looking all like he all under her, like he was scared. I'm like, what you doing, brother? What's up?
Under her, everything. She over there making loud.
Maybe he the type of man he don't mind for his woman to go ahead and take the lead. I mean, I'm just saying maybe.
Okay. I can't be with a man like that.
I couldn't be a man like that. I couldn't do it.
I can't be with a man like that. I need a man's man. I know how to. Shoot.
It seemed a little. Nah.
But yeah, I pulled that one up from 2019. But you ladies said it was recent, so that's why I was trying to find one that happened, this year. But that happened in 2019.
Oh,
and it's just now coming to light. Yeah,
it's just coming to light. They sue it now.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, let's move on to the next one. The young mother who left toddler to starve to death while she partied.
Yeah, they can put her ass under the jail.
She can stay under the motherfucking jail. Excuse my language, okay?
Yes, indeed. I totally agree.
She can stay under the jail because that's that bullshit. What you do that for?
Of course, that's correct. That's that BS.
She's not gonna say it, but that's correct.
Anything could have happened to those children, such as y'all remember the young mother who went out and went to a party, took night clubbing, and the house caught on fire and burned, killed all the children. Y'all remember that story? That was just a couple of years ago that happened.
Yeah, well, I don't understand how men or women, could leave their children at home alone like this just to go out and party.
Yeah, to party. You want to party that bad.
What you have them for then? What you have them for then? Because my thing is, what you have them for? You got to be protected. What did you have them for?
Right. As soon as they come, as soon as you have a new life in this world that you're responsible for, your wants just your wants. Their needs come first. Your priorities shift and change.
Right. Yeah. Once you have children, your past life is gone. Your single life, partying life, all that is gone.
Yeah, if you want to go out, go out and shake your whatever. Then you need to hire a babysitter. Ask family members if they'll take them for a few hours. But what you don't need to do is leave small babies at home. Now I would see who was like a 14 or 15-year-old or something like that.
Right.
And even mine, I have older children, they at home, I won't even let them use the stove. Like, you hit that microwave, don't hit that stove. Like, I don't take no chances.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's just when they do the small babies like that, or they leave like 2-year-old babies in diapers along with a 10-year-old. I see these stories all the time where they want to go out and party. They want to go out and smoke, drink, give up more ass so they can have more babies that they don't want to stay home and take care of. I mean, make it make sense.
Yep. So she should just stay under the damn jailhouse, okay? Stay under the damn jailhouse, okay? I don't have no mercy or no sympathy for her dumb ass.
So where was she living? Where was going on with her? What city is she in? This woman that left the babies. You know?
Probably. Let's see what she's in. Let me see.
Because I like to do research, follow up, and find out what happened. It's just the way I am, I guess.
Ain't no problem with that.
Probably. What city was she in?
West Midland.
Okay.
Midland, I think.
She was in West Midland.
Yeah. She was on housing too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I'm not surprised.
In Midland.
She may lose that now.
Of course.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Of course.
They only gave her 9 years. They only gave her 9 years. Yeah, they only gave her 9 years.
Also, she actually went to. I thought, okay, so she actually went to jail for it already then.
Yeah, they sentenced her to 9 years.
Oh, okay.
And that's all she got.
Yep.
And one of them babies, all them babies could have lost their life up and now with her, with that stupidity. Like y'all say, that's that bullshit.
Yeah. You said the baby died from hunger?
None of the babies died, but
she left him in the house to starve.
She left him in the house starving? So that was probably way before her. That was, starvation, that type of thing takes, it takes some time. So that means she's been doing that to them babies. She probably was leaving for days and weeks at a time and going off and doing whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't the first time, that's for sure.
Yeah, the first time. They said she left him in the house for 6 days. 6 days.
Oh, damn. Okay, I'm thinking she just went to the club for the night or something.
No, she left in the house for 6 days. They gave her 9
neglect, ooh.
9 years, and she's 19 years old.
Yeah, she's 19. I was just going to say that, and thank you.
She's 19.
And she'll probably only have to do probably half of that.
And this lady lives in London. This is in London. She did this. This is in London.
Oh, wow.
A black lady in London.
Wow. Yeah.
Clean across the water.
I just don't understand how you have kids and this is what you do to the kids. And that if she was in the US, she would have got more than 9 years. I'm serious. If she was in the US, she would have got more than 9 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yes, she would have. They probably would have gave her life, even though none of the children didn't lose their life, just for the simple fact that she left them children in that house to starve to death.
Wait a minute. The baby did die. You guys, the baby did die. The baby did die.
Oh, yeah, the baby girl died.
Yep.
It was the baby girl that died. And when they found the baby girls, they say she died from starvation.
Yeah.
And so not that this is an excuse or anything like that, but was she on drugs or something? I mean, was she just wanted to be out with friends or boyfriend or whatever? Was she on drugs or what? Coming to leave your child, your children.
And remember, this had to be over a longer length of time because we are starvation. Something for a child to die of not eating, that means they went days upon days upon days upon days. That means maybe she would feed them a little bit, and then they go 6 or 7 days, maybe another week or whatever without. That's a process that takes time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
it's not abuse.
Yeah, but you can last longer going without food and you can't water.
Mm-mm.
So they say you could die. You know, you'll die sooner without if you go without water than food.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
well, she sure left
Yeah,
them children up and down for
yeah.
days with no food, and they say it was unbearable that a child have to go with no food or water.
yeah,
You
What
know,
mama is?
so that was sad. You know, and again, that's one of y'all episodes for that bullshit, because that's bullshit. You
Mhm.
know, she really need her ass. She need longer time for
Thank you.
9 years. Ain't
Nah,
nothing. Y'all know.
We bad influence on Purple, yeah.
Yeah.
Andrea. But we got her on it.
We saw this, and we were like, that bullshit.
That's that bullshit. You know, to sit there and let them children be up in that house with no food.
Dude,
You know how aggravating them children was. Can you just imagine them poor little children
it was hungry.
not being able to eat or
But
drink?
I want to know, where's her mother at? Where's her father at? Where's the family members at? Where the daddies of these children are at?
right.
And nobody knows these babies weren't getting taken care of and properly fed on a daily basis. It shows you how much they care as well.
It didn't say. The article didn't say what her mama or the kids daddy. Because to me, it should be asking where the kids daddy at.
And I don't want nobody saying, "Oh, she 19." Dad.
Mm-mm.
Because I know a lot of young mothers
Yeah.
that go toe to toe with a lot of hard obstacles, and their children are getting fed, clothed, and taken care of every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of
Yeah,
mothers,
when you
young
decide to
mothers.
have them, yeah, you got to take care of them. You decide to have them.
Yep.
And then I've seen a lot of young mothers take their children wherever they go, even though if they're homeless, they got them children with them.
Yep.
So it's no excuse for this 19-year-old. Like
Yep.
that ain't no excuse. You know, she need a butt whoop. She need to be locked up where she is locked up. But we don't know what their justice system is like. And it can't be that much to give her 9 years.
9 years ain't nothing.
With a death
That ain't nothing.
or a death of a baby at that.
You
Yeah,
know,
9 years.
good behavior, get them out with 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stay up in that 5
We do
with good
half of it.
behavior.
Yeah.
You know.
And United States, she would have got life.
Mm-hmm.
Or she
Yes,
should
she
have.
would have.
She should have got life.
Yeah.
Yes, she should have. I agree. I agree with y'all. You know, that's sad.
That's sad. Be responsible, mothers. You're gonna have some kids. Be responsible. Take care of your kids. Read a book. Jesus.
You know.
And before, you know what? When I came up here, I don't know where my mind was at, but Purple Man, I want to thank you very much for having me as your guest up here. To be with you ladies, Andrea and Real Mamas. I want to thank you ladies for inviting me up. Really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, D.O.D. We love to have you up here, baby.
Yeah.
You know, I've been trying to get you up here with me on the show, you know, but yeah, we glad to have you because it ain't all about us, you know. We us ladies work together, you know, in bringing information out, you know, and it's just not about me, you know. Whatever you have to share, if you're coming up on a panel, we love to talk about it. You know, we love to share it, and we love to hear other people's thought on the matter of
Then
what.
maybe one day soon, you ladies can come up over on my panel then.
Sure.
Yeah,
Have
sure.
a conversation.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
You're always invited.
Sure, D.O.D.
You know, I'm still trying to figure out how come I'm not getting any of your notifications at all, and I'm subscribed. So
Yeah, I'm not sure.
yeah,
And maybe the
YouTube.
topics that I talk about could be shadow banned by YouTube.
Well, YouTube does that a lot, and yeah, I'm just gonna go back and probably resubscribe and click the notification bell. Maybe I'll start getting them there.
Yeah, because he do great lives. He put out great information, just like Andrea be on it. Y'all be on it together. He do the same thing. You know, he be on it. Him, information man, and the rest of them. You know, and I enjoy being over there on both of y'all channels. And if y'all haven't got a chance to catch Real Mamas and Andrea, they right after me. they go live with that bullshit right after me. So
Okay.
y'all come over there and show them support after the round table ends. Y'all enjoy yourself over there. Y'all know I tell y'all that all the time. Okay, let's move on to St. Louis mother and her 5 children on her birthday desperately tried to save them. This is another sad story about a mother losing her children. Now, um, uh, nobody want to really bash the mom. She a single mother, you know, um, home alone. I guess the children again were left, you know, at home by themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
A fire broke out.
Bob, she and all the kids passed away in the
Yep,
fire.
yep. They
All
passed away.
all 5 kids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Passed away during the fire. They couldn't save.
They couldn't save,
She got there in time, but she couldn't save the
couldn't save,
children.
couldn't save the kids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm not trying to be funny, but it when you say she got there in time, in what aspect?
Yeah,
Like
she
when
went
she
to
was
go drive.
driving up and the house was already engulfed in flames, or
Yeah, and she went to go drive somebody to work. Left the children
Yep, children in the house.
and up in the house. Yeah, and the house caught on fire. Um, and like again, you know, when people leave their children like that, that's something they've been doing. They allowed the 12, it was a 12-year-old. So she allowed the 12-year-old to look after the other children while she go run errands or take this person to work. Again, we see another mother being neglectful. Now she went out partying, but why didn't you put
Well,
those
kids is
children
in the
in
car
the
with you.
car while you drive that person to work?
So you said she left her with a 12-year-old. Is that
Yeah.
correct? Because why couldn't the 12-year-old? I'm just thinking out loud here, but why couldn't the 12-year-old get them out of the house? I mean, when the fire started, she's old enough to open the door.
yeah, like were they
No,
sleep? That's
no,
not my understanding.
it's
Was
not.
like late at night.
Oh, late at
Was
night.
they
Oh,
sleep?
Purple. No, the children were 9, 7, 4, and 2.
4 and 2.
But my
No,
question is, was it like did she go take somebody to work and maybe all the kids would sleep and she figured, well, I'm just gonna run out real quick and take them to work while the kids are sleeping? I'm just trying to figure out like what transpired to where all the babies basically just died and got engulfed in flames.
now see, it would make sense if, like you said, Real, if it was late at night and they were asleep and the fire broke out, and then by the time they were, I guess maybe woke up, or whatever, noticed the fire, then yeah, it might have been too late at that point.
all these
To
kids,
get
were
out.
under 12, all these kids were under 12 years old. The oldest
Yeah,
was
I'm sorry. Yeah, all of them was under 12. Like Andrea say, the youngest one was 2.
and the oldest one was 9.
9.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only asking the question because that I didn't get sent that story, so I don't know the details of it.
Send it to you,
But
Oh yeah, no, that was a good question though, Real, because it makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just trying to make sense of it all because a lot of times like if a fire breaks out and let's say the kids were sleeping, it'd be easy to get like smoke inhalation or something like that happening to where they were incapacitated in some type of nature where they couldn't run out or get out of a window or something.
Let's be honest. The way that I'm looking at the story right now, the way this house is look like it's made, it's old. Number one, I bet you it ain't got no smoke detectors in here. And I'm just saying, maybe reason they didn't know because in California they make us have new smoke detectors and new carbon monoxide. We move in the house. This is in St. Louis. I don't think this house had smoke detectors.
And it was at night, Real Mama's Real Problems.
It would make sense.
At night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she probably did it while they were sleeping, like you said. and the house caught on fire.
It must
And
have
like
been
Andrea
whatever
said,
started on fire. It must have been quick because and to the point to where if they woke up, they had no basically hardly any time to react. And children go in panic mode way easier than adults. So I can imagine what their last moments can be out would would be like. It just got me a little emotional just thinking about it. So I just prayers go up to the family and to the mother. Because I know that's that guilt is gonna follow her around for the rest of her life,
And I know this is not gonna sound right, but I would almost would want them to have died in their sleep through smoke inhalation than burning up or anything like that.
To not suffer.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. So, I just hate that again, another parent walked off, left her children, and this what happens. Um it's sad. It's sad to hear that, she went out partying, but she went to take a friend to work. And when you do things like that as a parent, you gotta think. Like you really do. I never left my children in the house by themselves at such a young age. Like that's a risk.
I
That's a
personally,
high risk.
I would
Because
personally put kids in the car. I don't care if they sleep. Like, y'all wake up, we can go back to sleep and get to the house. Back at the house, I would put them in the car with me. That's just me.
yeah, me too, Andrea. I mean,
Or I
because
tell my friend I can't. My kids are sleeping. I can't do it.
yeah, you really taking a risk. Like you really, that's a high risk to just go and leave, even when they sleeping. That's still a risk,
Yeah.
because nobody is there. And look what happened. The house broke out in a fire, and the babies were sleeping.
I just say that to me, that house look like it's old, and I'm sorry, I don't like it.
Does look like it. It does look like
smoke detector or no carbon dioxide in there. I'm just being honest.
Even when I know in Houston, even when you move into an apartment, they want to make sure that fire detector is working.
Yep.
Yeah. And I lived in A-Town for 20 plus years. They don't play about that.
They come in and out, your apartment, and that's the first thing. And then some apartments in Houston, they automatically trip the fire alarm to make sure.
Purple. They don't care if you're in a trap house. They're gonna make sure that smoke detector works.
Yeah.
And they don't care if you didn't work overnight. They do it first thing in the morning, and they trip that fire alarm to make sure that everything is working. Even the fire detectors outside of the apartment, that they put, like, how upstairs and you had that little alleyway, of the apartment, they trick that to make sure all that the sprinkler are working and all that. I know before moving to San Diego, the my apartment had it in child. They used to do that all the time. The fire department would come over there and trip them breakers. So to make sure your fire alarm and stuff working. Girl, they used to aggravate me, but it made sense. It was keeping us safe, in case somebody apartment catch on fire.
Did the article mention where the children were found? Were they in the bedroom? Were they throughout the home?
It didn't say.
It didn't say. Okay.
Let me see. No.
I looked at it. It didn't say.
Now they trying to figure out the cause of the fire.
Yeah,
they can't figure out what caused the fire. Yeah, so that's another sad story.
Yeah, and forgive me for thinking this, but I hope it's nothing nefarious behind that.
I was thinking the same thing. I just don't want to say it
because it just sounded real. It just sounded kind of suspect that all 5 kids, no, and none of them got out the house, and she happened to be taking a friend to work. So it just, I don't know. I just got a feeling that this is more to this than meets the eye.
It could be.
It could be.
You know, people do some strange things for some change.
Yeah.
Well, I remember a story maybe about 6 or 7 years back where a mother gave her children what what do you call it for sleeping? I think it's NyQuil.
Melatonin.
And she put them in the back seat of her car, and she basically ran the car over a bridge. And that was a local story that happened where I stay at. So that's why I'm like, these days I don't put nothing past people. I don't.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know what too? Um, a lot of young women don't give themselves time to heal after having children, you
Yep.
know, from that postpartum
Mhm.
depression. That is real. You
Mhm.
know, when you look back over history, let's talk about Andrea Yates. Y'all remember Andrea
Yep.
Yates?
Mhm.
Yeah. I was in Houston. That
You
was
was in Houston?
yeah, I
Yeah.
was in Houston about around the time all that happened. So
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah.
remember when and that was right after my youngest brother got killed. The same judge that sentenced her was the same judge that my brother's trial was in. So, you know, that lady had children back to back. And then
Yeah,
on top
five.
of it,
Yeah, five.
her
Five. She had
husband,
five.
her husband knew she was suffering with postpartum depression. Like
Mhm.
her husband knew that. He seen signs from her. You know, she had withdrew from everybody, including him. So he knew she was suffering with postpartum depression. And she didn't, I think his ass should have been locked up
Me
too.
too. I do too. Leaving them kids home with her.
Yeah, what are some of the symptoms of postmortem well, how do
Um,
you pronounce it, postmortem
well, it's just
syndrome?
like mental illness. You
Yeah.
you be depressed.
You be
A
depressed.
whole,
You don't want to.
a
You
lot.
don't want to do anything. I had postpartum depression. I didn't want to do anything. I stayed in my pajamas. I
Mhm.
took care of my baby. I took care of my baby, but I didn't want to do anything else. I want to clean the house. I was in the house in the dark, and that was a lot.
Basically, like yeah, like they said, mood swings. Like you
Yeah,
get socially withdrawn.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's like your emotions on a roller coaster. One minute you're happy, one minute you're sad. It's a
Mhm.
lot. But Andrea Yates suffered from a severe,
Fear.
what they call
Mhm.
postpartum psychosis,
Yes.
and
Mhm.
that's when you start having thoughts of harming your children.
Children.
Mhm.
You see what
Mhm.
I'm saying? You start having like delusions, that type of thing,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
hers was so it just it basically got out of control. Like at
Yeah.
some point, he could have said, "Hey, something's
Let's
not
go
right.
get some
Let's
sleep.
go see let's go see a psychologist. Let's go talk to someone about what you're going through. Let's get you on some medication. Do something to help you," because she was struggling, and she told him several times what she was
Yeah.
going through, and her coworkers and friends and family were telling him, "Hey, something's not right here," and
Mhm.
we can't all put it on him either. At the end of the day, she was at a point to where she knew something was wrong with her, and she could have then took it upon herself to go get help before it got extreme.
And
So,
she had them 5
I
kids.
don't think
She
it's
had them
fair to
5
put it
kids
all
back
on
to
him.
back too. She had them 5 kids back to back
Hmm.
too.
She sure
And
did.
he
They were
and he
all
wanted
back
more.
to back.
He
Yeah,
wanted more children as well. Yeah, he
She
wanted more
sure
children as
did.
well.
So
Mhm.
does this happen to women frequently after childbirth, or is it something happening to every woman to some degree,
I
or
don't know the
Yeah, it
statistics
does.
on it. I know that some women it happens. I know I went through it with my first baby, but after that I never had any issues or any problems. And mine was just I would cry if a dog food commercial came on and the puppy looked
Yeah.
sad type situation. It wasn't extreme as
Yeah.
I know other people. And
Mhm.
I had another friend. Hers was on the extreme side to where she did go get evaluated because she didn't know what was going on with her, and they diagnosed her with like a more severe type of postpartum depression. But I mean, yeah.
so it's a
Sometimes
hormone?
having a
Is it a
baby.
hormone imbalance? Is that what it is?
It could be
Yeah.
it's a hormone imbalance, but it could be controlled by medication. I want to see I seen a psychiatrist. I was going through some family issues too. So but my mother-in-law came over and she helped and stayed with me and clean and until I was ready to ready to be you know, she had me with my baby. So it wasn't that severe. But I remember going through it. My ex-husband act like he act like he wasn't there. He didn't believe it was going on.
Yeah.
So
Well,
sometimes,
that's because for men we don't understand that.
yeah.
We don't even we've never even probably even heard about. 'Cause I know I've never heard about it until recently.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
So
So
mhm.
it does happen, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's a hormonal imbalance. People don't realize how much women go through, with having children.
Yep.
And when you not mature enough, like these young women, and you have baby after baby,
Mm-hmm.
then they don't give themselves time enough to heal and to deal with the postpartum
Mm-hmm.
depression. And like Real Mama said, that Andrea Yates, hers got so bad that it turned into something else like psychosis,
Yep.
and she began to think about harming the children. She thought the children were devils. And,
Mhm.
that's one reason why she drowned. But the older children fought her. They fought
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
they put up a fight before, she actually took all of them life, all
And what
five of them.
that was that Clear Lake?
Yeah, it was Clear Lake
It was
because
Clear
the
Lake.
dad was some kind of engineer for NASA.
Yep. And
Mhm.
he's remarried now and got some more kids.
Yes,
Mhm.
he is. He sure is. He
Mm-hmm.
remarried like maybe a year
Mm-hmm.
after all that took place. I
Mm-hmm.
looked at
Wow.
that. I looked at him sideways,
Mm-hmm.
because, like I say, he was in the house with her, and he could have kind of. I feel like he could have saved those children, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
But and then he played the innocent one.
Mm-hmm.
He played like he didn't understand what was going on. Yeah, you knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And she killed all five of them children.
Yeah. That's so
It
sad.
did. So, that's sad. And I think that's what's going on with these young women, these young mothers,
Mm-hmm.
that having these children right behind each other,
Yep.
and not really they not, the maturity level of some of them are not there to be, mothers,
Mm-hmm.
and then to have 4 and 5 children, right behind each other,
That's a
is
lot.
that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's steppers too. Oh no, that's a lot.
That's a lot. And I dealt with it.
Yeah, too.
I think
My
all
kids
women deal with it.
my kids are 14 months apart. So yeah, that was a lot for
Yeah,
me.
it's a lot. And you do be withdrawn.
Mm-hmm.
You cry a whole lot,
Mm-hmm.
because you're trying to figure this thing out.
Yep.
You're trying to sleep. You ain't sleeping half the
Mm-hmm.
time, and a lot of that make that worse
Yep.
when you're not getting an adequate rest, like you should,
Yep.
So yeah, it's hard. And I think people need to be more understanding of young women and mothers, and
Mm-hmm.
somehow we have to reach them, and make sure that they doing things properly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another sad story. Let's move on to the TikToker who exposed exposed the financial advisor who said no blacks for job interviews. So it was a black TikToker who exposed a white financial advisor who requested that no black application be brought in for an interview.
Mm.
Y'all hear that?
I wish I could say I was surprised, but I'm not. I'm just not. It's only thing is different is that somebody caught it on video and it was exposed that way. But it's been happening to people of color since what?
Since 1619. So
There you go.
yeah, so yeah, I'm not surprised by it either.
Exposed a white. She exposed a what? A white person.
Basically, she exposed a white financial advisor,
Pfizer.
basically profiling, racially profiling applicants,
Mhm.
and basically letting it be known, I don't want any black people up in here. Don't send me an application with somebody black because they're not gonna get hired.
And she was a TikTok, so she did it on TikTok.
Well, that was just done.
Yeah, usually they go by the applicant's name. They look at the application, they'll see the name, and they can figure out whether or not they're black or not, and just not call them back. Call somebody back with a white sounding name.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, maybe they should get a consequence for doing that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because I've been on a job interview where the person heard me over the phone, and then when I got in person, they were surprised because uh, I was black. And
Right.
that person actually said, "Oh, you don't sound black." I'm like, "Oh, really? How do black people sound?
Right.
How do we sound? I can sound many different ways.
Mhm.
I have the way I talk when I do my poetry. I have the way I express myself when I'm talking to other people on an intellectual level, and then I have the way I talk when I'm talking to my girlfriends. I mean, we don't talk one specific way.
Yep.
Yeah. And
So it
a
was just
lot of us
funny
are
to me.
very articulate as well, you
Mhm.
know. So especially, the funniest thing is when you're on YouTube, we don't have to show ourselves. We can sit behind an avatar, and
Mhm.
you don't know. And a lot of times people don't use pictures as their avatar.
Mhm.
A lot of times people use other pictures for an avatar, but when you hear them, you can't really judge, what ethnicity that they are, you
Mhm.
know. So to be biased uh, about that and being racially profiled, that's a sad thing that that happens, but that's not nothing new.
Yep. Yeah.
That's not nothing new under the sun, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
You know.
I'm glad she exposed it though.
Mhm.
Yes,
That's
she
good.
did. She did, and she did it on TikTok.
Yep.
Good.
On a
Good.
on a,
All
and
that that's done in the dark is now coming to the light.
Yep.
Thanks to the camera on your cell phone.
Mhm.
hmm and the bigger your platform is, the more it gets out. So
Well, I
she
think,
has a big platform on TikTok.
but I think that it does now. I think that that's even like even smaller YouTubers I've seen that's had one video where they've exposed an injustice of some sort, and
Mhm.
that's went viral. So
Mhm.
I think it's harder for them to hide these type of things now
hmm
because now we are able to put them on blast in a whole other different way.
Mhm.
hmm
We don't have to
Yeah.
file complaints with their bosses who probably support their behavior. We can just record whatever they're doing and then put that on YouTube, put that on Twitter, put that on any social media platform we can to give it exposure, send it to the news stations or
hmm
whatever, whatnot. And so now they can't hide like they used to.
Yeah,
Yes.
with the advent of the camera phone, yeah, you're right, because they can no longer say that we're lying or exaggerating. It's all on videotape now.
Mhm.
It's all on camera, so you can see it.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's good too, because people are really using social media to put um, racial profiling and different things like that out on to make you aware. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think things should change, and at some point they have to, because the more people expose, this, the worse it's gonna get. I mean, and something have to bring about a change, you know.
Mhm.
So I think,
Purple. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, baby. I'm done.
No, I was just gonna say that I used to believe that too. That with people being videotaped, thing was gonna change. But these cops, they see the cameras on them. They have body cameras, and they still will
Mhm.
shoot a person or beat them up or
Yeah.
So I mean, I want to be, I want to have that same attitude too, Purple. But like I said, I just don't know if that's the case. These people, they just don't care
They
if they're
don't.
on tape or not, if they're on film or not,
Yeah.
video.
Okay, well, let's go on to the next one. The 13 year. Well, now, you know what? I don't really want to talk about this one because she was found and they still trying to figure out, you know, how she came up missing. And then they end up finding her. That's still under investigation. I want to talk about, I really want to talk about um the one, the Tulsa man that could be facing more charges after the 12-year-old little girl went into labor
Oh, okay, yeah.
in Tulsa.
I might sit this one out.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sit
And
this one out too. But wasn't they Hispanic?
Mm-hmm.
They were Hispanic.
yeah, they
Yeah,
was,
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember that
and
one. Yeah.
again, yeah,
yeah.
they were Hispanic.
D.O.D. I guess me and you on the same accord on why we're gonna sit that one out because I think we thinking this along the same lines.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't want to offend anyone,
I
Yeah.
don't
but
either.
yeah, I'm gonna sit that one out.
Well, I just want to say this. They walked into the hospital, you know, as if everything was normal.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, if you don't know the culture, you wouldn't think it was okay either. But being from Texas, I know the culture
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
Hispanics, and
Mm-hmm.
so at 16, you know when they give them that Casiana, that
Yeah, Cassie. Yeah.
that there is their coming out um
Mm-hmm.
party as women,
Yeah.
and for us, you know, they still a child at 15, 16 years old because
Mm-hmm.
they do that at 15. They they consider the girls. I don't know if they give a party for the boys, but I do know they do it for girls. And that's
Right.
their passage, that's their right as being an adult.
And by us living, I guess where we did in Texas. Um, I have quite a bit of friends. My best friend who had passed away last year from complications from COVID. She was also Hispanic, and like I said, I didn't want to offend anybody, but from what I've seen and observed,
Hmm.
and just I can tell you a little bit about her life. She
Hmm.
was married off when she was 14 years old
Yes, yes.
in
And
Mexico. Would they say
yeah,
Mexico? In Mexico.
in Mexico,
So it is in her
their
village
culture.
where they're from. That's their culture, their way of doing things. That's they a
Mhm.
lot of them they do marry their daughters off early. So I was not surprised by the story.
No.
Um, by them throwing a baby shower and all that type of stuff because it happens quite often, y'all.
Hmm. I worked with
I
a young
mean,
lady, um, Francina. Francina was 14 when and her husband was way older than her. But yeah, that's their culture. And I wasn't shocked about it. I think everybody else was shocked about it because people don't know the culture of them. And surely I don't want to offend anyone, but
right.
I do know the culture. And it don't look right because at that particular time they are not young women, they are still children. But it's just like the Jews, they don't celebrate certain holidays, being in the public school system, they wouldn't allow their children to come to school on Ramadan and different things like that. So you had to respect that even in our culture, and they say he might be facing charges, you know,
Hmm.
because the young lady is 12.
Yeah, because an American culture, that was that such a statutory rape
That's not
or
the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
No. Mhm.
Right.
so.
So I mean, when living in in America,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? When in Rome, you know, you can finish the rest
That's
of it.
wrong
So
too. Yeah.
that's just it. That just how the cookie crumbles, and like, but a lot of us also forget that. I mean, if we go back, you know, I don't know what it's a lot of African cultures, it's a lot of different cultures that marry their children off young. I mean, we consider them children, but marry their daughters, especially off very young. Um, it's happened within the in Black community too. So, I don't know how surprised we should be at something like this. And
Mm,
that's from my
I'm not.
perspective.
I'm not. You
And that's
know,
from
I'm not.
knowing what I know and seeing what I've
Mhm.
seen.
Yeah, but for me, see, as the only well, for me being a man, I just can't see myself laying down with no 12-year-old.
Right.
I mean, I know it's culture for people, but I still wouldn't be able to
Hmm.
do it. You know, it's just
Because it's like looking at I mean, I can't imagine it either. It's like that's a child.
yeah,
But
yeah.
we also have to remember that there's different cultures out there, people with different ways of how they live their lives, that this is something that they see every day. So something that's not normal to us is normal to them. That's their
Mhm.
norm.
Right. I agree with that, real. That's true. Yep.
Mhm.
I agree.
Mhm. Yeah, so and most definitely, you guys, we don't want to offend anyone. We just speaking about the culture and the history of it, and surely, um, it happens in our culture as well. You know, people probably just don't see it, but it does. Um, over there in the motherland, they in Nigeria and different places like that, they still have arranged marriages.
Yeah, they got a lot of arranged marriages in the Middle East
Yeah,
over there. A lot. Yeah. In fact, most of them are arranged marriages.
yeah, yeah. So, this not I'm like you, real mamas. This not shocking to me. It's just not, but here in America, they consider that as where they say that they gonna charge him with possible charge him with rape of a child.
And that's the chance he took because he knows where he's living. He
Yeah,
knows what country he's in.
yeah.
You know, a lot of the times it's almost like it's a conspiracy of silence when it comes to things of that like this.
Mm-hmm.
And and as long as the mother is okay with it or the father, everybody else kind of falls in line because they're okay with it. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, they're here in the United States of America. They're here. So you cannot, I mean, you could, a lot of people still practice their culture, their beliefs, or what have you. But as far as law is concerned, you still have to be mindful of the laws here because they govern you here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, that's the chance that he took.
Yes,
He
indeed.
decided to be with this 12-year-old girl and then impregnate her, and now she's having a baby. I don't see how they wouldn't think someone was going to ask questions once they saw. I don't even know how, by her going to prenatal visits and all that type of stuff, why questions weren't being
People,
asked. Yeah.
yeah, people weren't asking questions.
Because she
Then,
wasn't going to no prenatal visits. She wasn't going to no prenatal visits.
What?
oh,
She wasn't
oh,
going to
well,
none.
oh,
Oh,
well,
see,
then.
so then that's clear indication that they
Yeah,
knew.
she wasn't going to none. That's why
They
that's why
knew.
she's under the radar.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Because
Oh,
that's
well.
clarification right there.
the cop said
Um,
she was under the radar. The cop said that she was under the radar. It's under the radar. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, and when she showed up, the doctors them were all shocked because they say they walked in there like it was normal, like it was okay. And when they found out the young lady was just 12 years old and he was 24, 21, 24 years old with her,
mm.
Oh,
they
so he
were
came in there
shocked by
with her,
that.
huh?
Oh wow. But you didn't take her to prenatal visits the whole time. But you decide when she goes in labor, you're gonna walk up and I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it because the reason why they didn't take her to the prenatal appointments because they know the flags would have been raised earlier. He must not have been scared of any type of prosecution or any type of replications or anything because he walked in there with her and he probably thought because the mom gave him permission that he was going to be okay. And that's just not so. That's not so. Because she's living under the same laws that we're living under. So just because you have the mother's approval doesn't mean it's going to stop you from getting prosecuted by these laws. And especially, where was this located at? Because I know if he was in Harris County, they would put a book at him. That's Texas, y'all.
Yeah, you know Texas don't play, baby.
Yeah, Harris County would have got him straight up.
A long time ago. Long time. And I tell people, you know, Harris County, you know, that run all the way around Houston. You know, it's hard to say, you know, when you in Houston, if you out of Harris County or not, because it runs so far in Houston, you know. So yeah, Harris County would have been like this, but I'm gonna tell you one, the school system would have got his ass first.
Yeah, she. Oh wow! So she wasn't going to school unless it was virtual. I don't know. I still got a lot of questions, but the fact that he was so confident walking in there with her,
walking in that hospital,
that's amazing to me because I didn't know he was with her.
Yeah, he walked in there with her. He took her on to the hospital when she went in labor. And that's how he got under. That's how they became aware.
Well, I mean, at least he didn't. At least he didn't get her pregnant and run away. I mean, he's there with her, but unfortunately, he's gonna
he ain't gonna be with her no more. Cause
he's gonna have to pay for that.
They're gonna lock his ass up.
And he's gonna have to register as a sex offender.
As a sex offender, so he ain't gonna be with her no way.
You know, well.
That's crazy, but yeah, that okay, let's move on, y'all. Cause we gotta get to that bullshit in a minute.
That's what we
come on right after mine.
Andrea.
So, she on mute.
Yes.
Okay. Are we still a go or are we gonna
Yes, we still a go. We still a go.
Okay. Let me push this back real quick.
Okay.
The 17-year-old died of COVID. Y'all know we've been talking about this virus and this Delta strand since last week. We talked about the Delta strand, y'all. Y'all got these babies dying. You got to get they got vaccination for children. 12 and older, Andrea, the way you could get your child. If you plan on sending your child back to school, please get them vaccinated. Don't send them, baby. Get yourself vaccinated. I was against vaccination. Y'all know I talked about that forever and a day over here. But I wasn't getting back, but I got up and went and got vaccinated. Now, the only thing my son told me, Mama, you probably be tired. Now, when I went to CVS, when you go into CVS or Walgreens or wherever you are, they only offer one. They don't offer both. Because I asked for the Pfizer and they only offered the Moderna. So I went on and took the Moderna. The only thing about it, y'all, my son told me that I probably feel tired or whatever, but I didn't have really any side effects. The only side effect I had was my arm is sore. Where they give you the injection at, it's sore. But other than that, I didn't have anything else that bothered me. Yeah, I did real well. So, y'all, these children need to be vaccinated. Your child, your grandchild, your niece, your nephew, they need to be vaccinated. Matter of fact, when Andrea sent me this article about this young man dying at the age of 17.
Yes.
COVID.
He was healthy. He was healthy in everything. A football player.
I immediately called my niece, Snooty Cass, who parents her mom and dad, we just buried them Her dad died from complications of COVID and everything. And one of her friends that was at her mom's funeral, which was my baby sister, was at her mom's funeral, and at the repast, her husband is in ICU on ventilators from
Mm.
COVID. Y'all, this thing is serious. It's serious. Protect yourself, protect your family, and get them children, and quit touching and hugging on everybody. Quit being around, being in large group and socializing. Stop doing that. Stay in quarantine. Do what you're supposed to do, y'all. This thing is bad. And when we start losing children,
Yep.
it's bad, y'all.
And they said Houston is the highest one with kids in a pediatric ward. They had to fly a newborn, a year-old baby 200 miles away from the mother.
Let me tell you, my daughter-in-law, when I went and got mine, my daughter-in-law say, Ma, I got mine too. Now she in the hospital. She worked on the surgical floor at St. Luke's. So she say, yeah, I got mine too. Made my son, he had to go get him one too. My oldest son, because he still work and he out in the public and he round people. So even with him being on that, he needed to get it because he putting himself at risk.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to stay above ground. I'm trying to see my grandchildren whenever I have any. I'm trying to be around. I ain't trying to leave him. Not until the good Lord say it's time for me to go. But with this virus, I ain't taking no chances. I'm just not gonna have that over me, y'all. So I want everybody to be safe. And even if you decide not to take it, still be safe. Still be safe.
Wear your mask. Wear your mask.
Wear your mask.
Wherever you go, wear it.
Wherever you go, inside and out.
Yeah, even after you get vaccinated, you still wear that mask and wash your hands. I forgot to talk about the monkeypox. They got an outbreak in Texas, in Dallas, called the monkeypox.
Yep.
Let me ask you ladies this question.
Outbreaks in Texas called the monkeypox.
Let me ask you ladies this question. In Florida, this Governor Ron DeSantis, he put out a law, trying to make a law saying that children going back to school doesn't need to be vaccinated or wear masks.
They haven't got a vaccine for the little kids yet. They only got a vaccine from 12 and up. So they haven't no vaccine yet for the little kids. But they are saying in Florida there's a parent responsibility if the kids wear a mask or not. If the parents don't want the kids to wear a mask, they won't wear a mask.
And see, that's the thing. They should be made to wear masks.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Well, they said Florida is the highest case of COVID anyway. So I mean, and so he's irresponsible.
Well, that kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Florida and Texas, especially with that, how basically how COVID is running rampant there is for a reason, because which I am a firm believer in freedom of choice. I do not believe people should be forced to take the shot. But and I believe it's up to individual choice. But at the same time, when it comes to children and this being considered still a public health crisis, how responsible are they even thinking about our children's well-being at this point?
Yes,
no,
it's irresponsible.
To me, it's irresponsible.
Yeah,
it's irresponsible. Because my kids go back to school next week. They got masks, okay?
So do mine, and they got masks and hand sanitizer, everything they need.
Everything they need.
Yeah, but that Ron DeSantis dude, he's trying to tell parents that if their children go to school with masks, they're going to be sent home. They're going to be suspended. That's crazy.
That's sad. That's ridiculous.
Wow. He's actually
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Well,
that's not even giving anybody a choice. That's just basically saying you do this or this is going to happen.
Yep. Yeah. Well, Purple Paisley, we got to go because we're going to be running late for our show.
Yes, we got to end it. We didn't make it to all the topics, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the round table. I hope y'all got good information from us.
Yes.
I want to thank D.O.D for joining us. This is the
Yes.
first time. I hope it's not your last time over here. D.O.D, if you type purple in the chat, Nightbot will drop your link to your channel so people can join your channel. He does a lot of amazing topic, just like we do over here on the round table. He had that same thing. It's all black news. Wonderful channel. I be over there, with him. So y'all connect with this young man. D.O.D, I enjoyed you. Thank you, baby, for
Yes.
coming and
You
Well, I
hanging
sure
want
with
to,
us.
yeah, I want to thank
Yeah.
you, Purple, again, so much for having me over here. I really enjoyed myself over here with your ladies, Real Mamas, and Andrea.
Yes.
And like I said, whenever you guys over my way, if you want to come
Yeah.
up, just let me
Okay.
know because,
Uh-huh.
like I said,
And
I enjoy
and
these
vice
type of
versa.
conversations.
Yeah.
Okay,
And vice
true.
versa.
You can come on ours, vice versa.
Okay.
Yeah, they getting ready. We gonna end this live and we're gonna go to Real Mamas, Real Problems channel. They getting ready to do that bullshit. That's gonna
Okay.
be hilarious, y'all. Y'all
Okay.
come on over and join us for that bullshit with Andrea Lynch and Real Mamas, Real Problems.
Now
We
Well,
are
just
getting
give
I
us.
believe that I'm subscribed to Real Mama's Android, but I'm not sure. Can you drop the link over there just in the chat so just to make sure because I want to go over and check you guys out.
Hot in Cali link is dropping night by Andrea, type purple real quick.
Okay.
So Nightbot could drop your link.
Yeah, because I don't want to miss it. I want to come over and check you guys out tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, they right when we end this live, they gonna go live.
Yep.
But just to let you know, just to give a little disclaimer out. Tonight we usually do a little mixture of hot topics and serious topics, a little bit of everything. But tonight is going to be an interview, and some people they might not like it because we're going to be addressing basically the division within the Black communities concerning gay Blacks and just Black people. So, and we have we have somebody that we're interviewing that's going to basically give us a different perspective on from them walking the walk, being both Black and then being a gay Black man at that. So some people don't like that type of conversation. To me, I feel like it's a conversation that needs to be had on a platform that's open to hearing, different points of view. So I had to put that little disclaimer out because I already know it's going to have some people in their feelings. So.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. See, I wasn't subscribed to Hot in Cali, but I just subscribed.
Okay, but make sure you
that's
read my
Andrea. She
I know.
also has
I know how to, yeah.
hot is all hot air. Andrea, if you type purple, so
Yes.
Nightbot can drop is all hot air's channel.
Okay.
So everybody can get that as well. But we're gonna go ahead and end this live so we could go over and support them. Y'all, it's all about crowd support and loving on each other. So if you all don't mind going over to Real Mamas, Real Problems channel right after my live ends. And D.O.D, we most definitely, I share you out as much as I can.
Yes, you do.
I'm always over there with him. He has an amazing channel. You all check him out. Give him a view. That's what this YouTube thing is about.
Yes.
We have to learn
And
to
we gotta support each other.
Yes, we do.
Each other.
Yes,
we do. So also I want to say this: Real Mamas, Real Problems does intros. Her link to her channel is dropping in the chat. So if you need each intros done, come on over and check her out.
You see what you don't got started, Andrea. Good night.
Okay. Before we go live,
right, baby.
Before we go live, I got something to call you about real quickly with Mamas, okay? Before we go live.
Y'all know I got to show the love. Y'all know I got to advertise. Y'all know that's what I do over here.
And I appreciate you.
We appreciate it. Okay, bye, Purple. We got to go, Purple. We went a little late. We love you, Purple.
All right, y'all. Good night. Thank you
All right,
all
ladies.
for coming
Okay,
I'll
good
be over
night.
there.
and
Bye-bye.
hanging out with me. Thank you, panel. Thank you, Real Mamas, for dropping in because she took it at the end. I appreciate it.
Bye.
All
Thank
right,
you.
baby. Bye, sweetheart. I see you in a minute. D.O.D. Thank you, baby.
And thank you, sis. Thanks
I
for
got
having me.
to I gotta go back to your channel. I want to bless you with something for coming and visiting the round table.
That's not necessary. That's not necessary.
Yeah, I know it ain't, but you know, I'm old school. That's what we do. That's what I do over here. So, you know, I appreciate you, and I always want to show my appreciation of how much I appreciate you because you didn't have to take the time to do it, but you did. So I
All right.
appreciate you, baby, and I hope you come back.
Oh,
and
definitely.
sit
Whenever
with us
you
at
want
the
me
round
over.
table.
Yeah, whenever you want me to come, I'm more than happy to do so.
All right, sweet love. Thank you so much. And let's
Thank
go
you.
over there to that bullshit to Real Mamas and Andrea Lynch.
I'm
Good
on my
night,
way.
y'all.
Peace, everybody. Take care.